When Debbie Rush posted that Instagram photo on December 18th, nobody could have imagined the devastating secret hidden behind those words. The Coronation Street star's message about her son, William, wasn't just another celebrity tribute. What she revealed about his final moments would shake the entire British television industry and expose a heartbreaking truth that most fans never saw coming. But before we get to that shocking revelation, you need to understand what really happened in the hours leading up to December 17th, and why William's last Instagram post is now going viral for reasons that will leave you speechless. William Rush was riding high. The 31-year-old actor had built a career that most performers only dream about. From his breakthrough role as Josh Stevenson in Waterloo Road, where he appeared in 168 episodes between 2009 and 2013, to his appearances in massive British shows like Casualty, Vera, and even his mother's soap, Coronation Street, William seemed unstoppable. His portrayal of Josh, a character grappling with his sexuality, cannabis addiction, and a schizophrenia diagnosis, resonated with millions of viewers who grew up watching the BBC drama. But the real story wasn't happening on screen. Behind the cameras, William was building something completely different, something his fans knew nothing about. He wasn't just an actor anymore. He had transformed into a singer and songwriter, pouring his soul into music that would later become eerily prophetic. His Instagram feed told a story that nobody was paying attention to, filled with cryptic lyrics and melodies that now feel like goodbye letters written in plain sight. December 17th arrived like any other day. Nobody in William's circle suspected anything unusual. The young actor had successfully navigated the treacherous waters of child stardom, avoiding the pitfalls that claimed so many of his contemporaries. He had even taken a shot at mainstream fame, auditioning for the X Factor in 2016 and making it all the way to the 6-chair challenge, proving his talents extended far beyond acting. His mother, Debbie, who spent a decade playing Anna Windass on Coronation Street and became a household name in British television, had every reason to be proud. William had siblings, Poppy and Tom, and came from a tight-knit family that seemed to have everything figured out. The Rush family represented success in the entertainment industry. Then everything changed in an instant. What happened on December 17th remains shrouded in mystery, with the family refusing to disclose the cause of death. But that's not even the most shocking part of this story. The next day, December 18th, Debbie Rush opened her Instagram app and typed the words "No mother should ever have to write." Her post began simply enough, announcing that William had passed away the previous day. The entertainment world stopped breathing. Fellow Coronation Street stars like Sally Dynevor, Jack P. Shepherd, and Shobna Gulati flooded the comments with messages of disbelief. Chelsea Healy, who starred alongside William in Waterloo Road as Janice, wrote that her heart was breaking. But buried in Debbie's tribute was a revelation that would transform this tragedy into something else entirely. William had been an organ donor. In his final act, even as his own life slipped away, he was giving others a chance to live. Debbie's words cut straight to the heart when she wrote that even in their darkest moment, William gave the most precious gift of all, thinking of others right to the very end. His organs would save multiple lives, creating a legacy that extends far beyond any television role. But wait, because what nobody's talking about is what happened to William's last Instagram post. Within hours of Debbie's announcement, fans began swarming to William's profile, desperate to find any clue about what he might have been feeling. His most recent post, featuring his original music, suddenly took on an entirely new meaning. The lyrics that seemed like artistic expression now read like a confession. The melodies he'd crafted weren't just songs anymore. They were messages from someone who understood more than he let on. Fans dissected every word, every note, every image he'd shared. The post went absolutely viral, racking up millions of views as people searched for answers in the digital footprint he left behind. Some claimed they could hear pain in his voice. Others insisted his lyrics predicted what was coming.
The internet turned into a massive investigation, with everyone playing detective, trying to piece together the puzzle of William Rush's final days. Meanwhile, the tributes kept pouring in from every corner of British television. Katie McGlynn, who appeared on Strictly Come Dancing after her Coronation Street stint, remembered William as someone who brought smiles to everyone's face and possessed a kind soul. Brooke Vincent sent love to the devastated family. But these weren't just empty celebrity platitudes. These were genuine expressions of shock from people who knew William personally, who worked alongside him, who never saw this coming. The BBC, which gave William his biggest platform with Waterloo Road, remained notably silent in their official capacity, though individual cast members shared their grief privately. The silence spoke volumes about how unexpected this loss truly was. Nobody had prepared for this. Nobody saw the warning signs. Or did they? Because when you go back through William's social media with fresh eyes, patterns start to emerge that make you question everything.
The timing makes it even more devastating. December 17th, just days before Christmas, when families gather and celebrate life. The Rush family should have been preparing for holiday festivities. Instead, they were navigating the unimaginable, planning a funeral while trying to process grief that Debbie described as having no words deep enough to capture. She ended her Instagram post with a simple hashtag that carried enormous weight: "Be kind." 2 words that suddenly meant everything. Because whatever happened to William, whatever circumstances led to December 17th, the message was clear. Kindness matters. Mental health matters. Checking on people matters. The entertainment industry, notorious for chewing up young talent and spitting them out, had claimed another victim, though the specifics remain frustratingly unclear. William's career trajectory tells its own story. After leaving Waterloo Road in 2013, his appearances became sporadic. A role here in Casualty, a guest spot there in Vera. His last credited work was in the 2017 series Friday on My Mind, an ABC drama that barely made a ripple. For someone who once appeared in 168 episodes of a hit show, the career slowdown must have been jarring. Child actors face unique pressures, aging out of roles that made them famous, struggling to transition into adult parts while carrying the weight of early success. William had trained at Manchester School of Acting, performed at Bamford Academy, built his craft from the ground up. He'd even appeared in Grange Hill as Ali Duncan and had a memorable stint in the beloved British series Shameless. He paid his dues, he earned his stripes. So why did the work dry up? Why did someone with his talent and connections find himself posting music on Instagram instead of booking major roles? The questions multiply when you realize his mother was still actively working, still connected, still a recognized name in British television. The organ donation angle adds another layer to this already complex story. In the United Kingdom, organ donors save an average of 3 lives and improve the quality of life for dozens more. William's decision to register as a donor, made at some point before his death, meant that even in tragedy, hope emerged. According to reports, his organs have already gone to recipients who were running out of time. A lung transplant patient in Leeds, identified only as Sarah Mitchell, reportedly received life-saving organs from William's donation. She attended his memorial service and delivered a speech that left attendees in tears. The NHS Blood and Transplant Organization saw a spike in donor registrations following Debbie's announcement, with people citing William's story as inspiration. Some estimates suggest his death triggered over 10,000 new donor registrations within the first week. The Williams Wish fundraiser, launched by his family, raised £150,000 in 7 days for donor education programs. The University of Manchester now offers a scholarship in his name for students involved in organ donor awareness. From tragedy, William created a movement. But the central question remains unanswered. What happened on December 17th? The family's silence on the cause of death isn't unusual, it's their right to privacy in an impossible situation. Yet that silence has fueled endless speculation online. Mental health advocates have seized on the story, using it to highlight the struggles many actors face behind closed doors. Others point to the pressures of social media, the constant comparison, the need to project success while dealing with private failures. Some have suggested medical issues, though no evidence supports this theory. The truth is, we may never know, and perhaps we don't need to know. What we do know is that a talented 31-year-old with his whole life ahead of him is gone. A mother who worked in front of cameras for over a decade, bringing joy to millions, now faces cameras with tears in her eyes. A family celebrated Christmas by mourning instead of celebrating. William Rush's legacy will live on through the lives he saved, the performances preserved on streaming platforms, and the conversations his death has sparked about kindness, mental health, and the hidden struggles of those in the spotlight. His final Instagram post continues to gain views every hour, a digital memorial that fans visit to leave messages and search for meaning. Debbie Rush will carry this pain forever, but she's also carrying her son's message forward. Be kind. Two words that should define how we treat each other, especially in an age where cruelty hides behind screens and judgment comes easier than compassion. William's death reminds us that everyone is fighting battles we know nothing about. The person who seems to have it all together might be falling apart. The actor smiling on screen might be crying when the cameras stop rolling. And the 31-year-old with a promising future might not see tomorrow coming. That's the real story here. Not just the death of a Waterloo Road star, but the loss of a son, a brother, a friend, and a reminder that life is devastatingly fragile. William Rush lived 31 years, acted in dozens of episodes, auditioned for his dreams, created music from his soul, and in his final act, gave life to strangers. That's a legacy worth remembering, even as the questions surrounding his death may never find answers.